Flash. Hey guys, how's it going? Um, we said we were going to make a couple videos about EDC stuff, and in the question that I asked, there was a big going back and forth about what's more important, weapons, medical gear, or escape. So instead of doing 3 different videos, I decided to do 2. um, First one that we're doing right now is going to be about EDC gear as far as escape tools and medical stuff goes. This is not going to be a tutorial on how to use this stuff. I'm just showing you stuff that basically is real easy to carry. It's made for everyday carry. It's not big and cumbersome. And with some imagination, you could carry it in a bunch of different places. There might be some tutorials upcoming. I don't know. But what I just wanted to do is give you an idea. This is stuff that I carry, some of it every day, some of it for special occasions. What we're going to do now is we're going to start with the medical side because that's a big deal for me. For my birthday, the lovely Jay got me a brand new product called the Pew, which stands for Personal Emergency Wallet. And the heart of it is this little nylon sleeve here. I don't know how well you can see this, but there's a channel on the side that has rubber gloves in it. They're blue, which is a very important thing. You don't want to use black gloves when you're treating bleeding wounds. You want visual confirmation of where the bleeding is going on, so blue or purple are the 2 colors I carry. But it's got this channel on the side for carrying gloves. You can also flip it inside out to where the channel's on the inside. I like it on the outside because it gives more room for the stuff that you carry in it. What this comes with, it's got 2 chambers on the inside. And what it comes with, number one is, these are H&H products, which are highly recommended for medical gear in my opinion. Have a mini compression bandage, which is basically a miniaturized version of the Israeli battle dressing. As you can see, it's very, very flat, very, very narrow. It's not for hardcore, like almost ambulatory wounds. This is for smaller type wounds or single type wounds. But it's compression dressing. You put it on, wrap it around. It's got a pad on it. You can control the tightness. It basically acts as a pressure dressing. Okay. The other thing it comes with is this flat compressed gauze. Crinkle gauze, but in a different form if you're familiar with crinkle gauze. It's for wound packing. So if you have, as you should know if you get into the medical stuff, bleed out is one of the leading causes of death as far as traumatic injury events goes. So we have the compression bandage for that, for bleeding. We also have the compressed gauze, which is for wound packing. We might go into that at another time. This is 4.5 inches wide, and it's 4.1 yards of gauze. Just that alone should suffice to say how stupid it is to think of using tampons for plugging wounds. In a tampon, you don't even get but maybe 6 to 8 inches of gauze out of it. This is 4 yards. That's a little over 12 feet. So this is a really good product. The other thing that came with it is a product that I'm new to. I haven't really seen it much before, but I've watched some videos and followed up with some medical professionals. Wound clot hemostatic gauze, which is basically a variation off a quick clot. This one is a soluble cellulosic structure. It's one patch that's 3.1 inches by 8 inches, used once again for bleeding control. It's hemostatic, which means that it helps stop the bleeding. Everybody's familiar with quick clot for the most part. This is just a variation, and this is probably, given the size of it, for not as severe, like non-arterial maybe, or small arterial. It is... Yeah, this is smaller. This is almost like a surface gauze. That all goes into this pack, okay? Now, auxiliary, I do carry one on me at all times, quick clot combat gauze. Okay, the big reason why is this is one single strip of hemostatic, 3 inches wide by 4 yards. So this is for a lot more severe bleeding and wound packing, like for arterial bleeds and such. This goes in a different place than in this because it's too thick. The final piece of equipment is actually 2, and once again, it's for bleeding control first. This was another birthday gift from Jay. This is the flat pack tourniquet holster from Filster Products, which at this point in time I think is an amazing product. It's got 2 belt loops. It rides on your belt. You can also just use it to keep your tourniquet stiffer in place for carrying in a pocket like of a vest or something. But it has these shock cord loops that hook on here, and you can carry your tourniquet. My tourniquet of choice is the Soft TY. Okay, single person use. You can use it on yourself. You can use it on somebody else. Got the metal windlass, and it fits perfectly on the flat pack. Like I said, we're not going into use on these, so there's not going to be much more, but I do want to show, here's the 2 pieces together, and then how I carry it is right here. Wrap the shock cord around, pull tight. Oh, of course, when you're filming something, it always screws up, so let's start this again, because I've uneven my shock cord there. Anyway, hook these around these little tabs. That way you can just snap them loose and you're good to go when you need the tourniquet. Just like that, and like I said, it rides on the belt. I usually carry it at about 8 o'clock if you're looking at the clock system. Very, very great piece of equipment. It can also be situated to where you can carry it a couple different ways. All right, so that's the medical side of the house. This stuff goes with me every day, everywhere I go. When I leave the house, I have that shit with me. Coffee does a body good. So now we're going to get into urban escape gear. Once again, not a tutorial. I don't want to go through it and do a big film thing at this point in time. But depending on your lifestyle or where you live, you may need to have tools available in case something goes really fucking sideways. And as we can see in the world today, shit is going sideways quicker. So one of the basis of my carry is a necklace kit that I put together. I'm just using regular bead chain. I think it's 30-pound test. This right here, this really cool anodized titanium dog tag. I don't know if you can see the anodizing on it. It looks kind of artistic. Is a razor blade all the way around. It's normal except for over here. It's ground down so it can cut through like paracord, duct tape, zip ties, which are the most common non-handcuff forms of restraint. And just a word here before any questions arise. When you're carrying escape gear, you carry it in different places on your body, and you have to be aware because no one's going to let you go for your necklace kit when they're trying to handcuff you. So you see shit happening, you start taking it off and ditching it in different parts of your body. Think about different places you can hide shit, your underwear, your socks, different places like that. Tuck a shirt in and keep it inside the waistband, shit like that. But this is a razor blade. An important thing to have is light. This is a Photon Mini Microlight. The Freedom model, which means it has the switch on it to where I can push it down and lock it to where it stays on, and it has this nifty little clip that I can hang it from anything. I like lots of light. Light is a good thing. Also on the kit, this is the 2nd generation Gulag shim from Snake Doctor. OscarDelta.com, really good source for gear like this. And all it is a handcuff shim. It's a thin piece of spring steel. At some point, we'll probably do a video of how to use a handcuff shim, but basically it's a way to bypass it without having to use a key. Only works if the handcuff is not secondarily locked. The last part of the neck kit, the necklace kit, is a safety pin with a few things attached to it. What I did is I took the head off the safety pin, took a spring out of a clicky pin, a big pin, and put it on there. And so now it holds a set of Bogota Minis, lock picks. The Bogotas are probably the best lock picks on the market. Tension wrench and pick all in one. And then here, and I do have it clicked a little hard so it doesn't just come open while I'm carrying it. You can use the safety pin to shim zip cuffs, zip ties. That's a really handy thing to have, plus a couple other uses. Some of them are pretty fucking mean. I really dig it. And then I have what's called the AHK2, Advanced Handcuff Key, version 2. And that fits most standard handcuffs, European or American. Okay, so this is the neck kit. This goes around my neck whenever I leave the house. Some other auxiliary tools, another flashlight. On this one, I added an O-ring so I can just carry it, you know, hands-free use, basically. This is a Maritac from CountyCom. I have a thing for copper, so it's in copper. It's pretty bright. Now, let's get this working. There we go. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Varying levels of brightness. I really dig it. It also locks down so it stays on permanently. Good pen is important to have. This kind of skirts a few different things. Solid pens, this one's made out of copper, are great pocket sticks with deniability. Obviously, you have the ability to write with a pen. This one has a couple things on it. It's a worker's pen. It has a level, which I don't really have a use for, but it's kind of cool. Makes people go, oh, wow, that's nifty. It has a 4-inch ruler on one side, and it has a 10-centimeter ruler on the other side. Another nifty thing about it, it's got this top on it, looks like an eraser. That's a stylus for smartphones and shit like that. And then if you take this off, it houses a couple screwdrivers, very, very small eyeglass type, Phillips and flathead, which I think is nifty. It means you can't carry it on a plane, but it's nifty as it is anyway. So these go